The existing bar that was in the old restaurant bar area here is going to be remaining.
Oh, it is, yeah, okay.
We're going to retain that and refurbish it.
I don't remember what that looks like. I mean, it's pretty, you guys are retaining it, so it must be pretty decent.
Yes, it's a real nice old-time horseshoe type bar.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's great. And all the exposed brick, that's...
Yes, we're going to keep that. Commercial kitchen is back there.
Yeah.
And we'll do this for, we're going to refurbish this whole space.
Oh, so the restaurant will go downstairs too?
No, it's going to be
commercial kitchen
fitness areas.
Oh, okay.
Conference room. So those areas will be downstairs, plus service areas for the employees.
All right, so you get the fitness room downstairs, and then that's great. And so the commercial kitchen is back there or
Yes.
down?
No, back there you can see that it's metal studded on.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize they still have the tin ceiling.
That's right, we're retaining that. This
It's
will be covered up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
These
so
are the bathrooms from the guest rooms upstairs on the second floor.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so you guys
Just couldn't do anything about that.
yeah, so you end up enclosing that. Yeah.
Back here they'll install new restrooms.
Wow, yeah, this is gonna be a great space. Yeah. So this is the event space.
Function area.
Yeah. So so what's this going to be able to seat?
Approximately 200.
Yeah.
With combined.
That's great. And so you'll end up having all this opened up, right? So all this whole area will be open up to the street,
yes.
to Pleasant Street. Yep.
Yeah, new storefront windows and the above head new doors.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit, Arthur, about the style, right? Like once it's done.
Well, they're trying to retain as much of the
brick.
The historic character as it is. Of course, it'll be cleaned up.
Yeah.
Any of these issues of the flooring, they'll have all, of course, new carpets because they're going to have a ballroom area here.
Yeah.
And then back
Oh, so
there,
it's a ballroom then?
they'll have a portion for weddings and dancing for reunions and things like that, but not the whole thing.
Okay.
Then back there, they'll have carpeting and tables.
Okay.
So they'll have the food come in. There's different areas that they're going to break open to go back and forth to the restaurant and the front
So on a
desk.
regular night when there isn't an event, so will there be seating over here for the restaurant?
No, if there's numbers of seats in the restaurant, 120 capacity we figure so far based on the bathrooms. So if it exceeds that, of course, we'll open this up.
Yep.
But it'll be just a,
Just serve good food.
yes,
That's it. People will come.
absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's great. And then, so what about up here? What's
This
looks like originally there was a mezzanine there with a rail.
This was the old WBSM office space.
Yeah.
We're retaining that for storage, for chairs and tables, and
Okay.
there's going to be some HVAC equipment up there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's great. And so this is, a lot of these are going to be, so these are all windows over here. We got, hey guys, how are you? Good seeing you.
This was the old Brown Pharmacy from many years ago.
Yeah, that
They
predates.
had the original windows.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Nice. All right. So we got, so it's seating in here, seating over there all the time, seating here when as needed during events and, all right.
There's not too many venues downtown for events.
No, there are not. There are definitely not. Yeah. Definitely not.
Once all this stuff is out,
It'll look more spacious, yeah.
over
Like this thing right here, that
That encloses a stairway down to the basement.
oh, okay. All right, so that, you'll obviously retain that, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, Josh.
How's it going?
And so there'll be a separate entrance right here for the
Actually, this
for the
will be the
restaurant.
main entrance
This is the main entrance
for
to
the
the
hotel and
oh.
restaurant.
Oh, for the hotel and
So
restaurant, all
everyone will
right.
come in through here.
Yeah,
There's going to be an area back here for
Yeah.
the check-ins. Today with technology, they don't really want a traditional old-time front desk.
yeah,
They use iPads.
yeah,
They take the luggage right away
okay,
so that there's not going to be stacks of things around.
right.
There'll be these different pods. We plan on having two of the informational pods, but that's about it.
Huh.
So we want people to come in and use the Wi-Fi and just use their business, have coffee and donuts and breakfast here
Yeah,
in the morning, and then as it changes during the afternoon, you get a different crowd for lunch and then another different crowd for dinner.
yeah,
We'll have valet parking out front.
yeah. So all that happens over here, and then the restaurant is
Yeah, they'll,
more or less there.
they can just float around, float in. Of course, this
Yeah.
will be all renewed, including doors and windows.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
It's got
Cool.
a nice height.
The Emporium.
Used to be an old-time restaurant here, many years ago.
Wow. You guys should get a shot of that. I wasn't even aware of that. I wonder how old that is.
Oh, probably the mid to late 60s.
The Emporium, Pleasant Street, yeah. Huh. I think everybody here's too young to remember what that was, but well, it almost feels like an archaeological dig in a way. Like, what was this about? Somebody, there's got to be people around who read about this tomorrow and say, "Oh yeah, I remember that place."
That's true.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you got the workout space you said down there, and then some other some conference room space as well.
Yes.
That'd be good. The conference room space comes in useful. I mean, obviously we do a lot of work in City Hall, but sometimes we'll bring people out for tours of the downtown, especially, right, Ramon, investors, and we'll bring in the places that have their own.
Conference rooms down there also.
Yeah, like we use, the space at Moby Dick in the back sometimes, and the space up at Cork separately. So that kind of stuff is pretty useful. When we show investors, potential investors, the city. So that's good. It's quite a mess down there, though, huh?
Well, check out all those tables. We're gonna go to the third floor.
And so where's the elevator bank? Is that?
It's right here.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Actually, this elevator is very similar to City Halls, of course it's much on a much smaller scale. It's very similar.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yes, very similar.
Yeah, check that out. Huh. So what are you guys going to do with that? Are you going to restore it, or?
They're building a new cab because it has to be automated.
Yeah.
We used to have a manual operator here,
Yeah.
just like City Hall.
Yeah.
But now we're automating it because it's going to be in use 24 hours.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Still going up to.
One more floor.
So here you can kind of get a better idea of what it's going to start looking like. General rooms. Actually, I think the one next door is actually a better view.
Okay.
So these corner rooms are kind of atypical. Current and then it opens up into the actual room.
All right. So you get the bathroom right here, obviously, and then this is.
We'll be retaining as many existing walls as we can.
Yeah.
Patching and fixing, obviously.
And so what do you do with the floor here? You keep it like that, or you put carpet? You probably put carpets down, right?
Better floors, we're going to retain
Yeah.
and refinish, but not to new.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it so that they can understand the historic content.
Yeah, I mean, this floor's not in bad shape. You got a couple of holes over here, but that can
We
be
can infill
concealed,
certain
yeah.
parts of it.
Yeah.
But where it's too bad, we will carve it. We will recarve it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you definitely want to retain something like that. It look totally different without too much
It's a
trouble.
boutique hotel, and that's
Yeah.
the emphasis on it, is the boutique piece of it.
That's cool. So we're going up to the 5th floor?
A little bit further along in
Yeah.
North Floyd, there's more new wall construction on the
Yeah.
5th floor.
Okay.
This Pleasant Street side of the building had already been gutted before we got in here.
Oh,
So
okay.
we built a lot more new walls. It also has a little bit more of a exposed feel in some of those rooms. these two rooms don't have that exposed look as much, but this is one of the better views
Yeah.
on the street side.
Yeah, this floor looks like it's in pretty good shape too. Yeah, you can see the water from here, and it's pretty cool. You can see right down to the state pier. You can see a lot of things. You see the Fairhaven landfill, and you can see the Elizabeth Islands, and it's pretty cool.
Some of these, this is how this will look.
This is how this will look. It's gonna be
Yeah.
obviously touched up masonry, the wood will be cleaned up, but, you know, all the exposed features is something that.
So this is
very
a
excited
smaller
about.
room. So what, so tell us a little bit about the room features. Like what, so what, this is just, so basically a bed here.
It's gonna have a bed, it'll have a couple side tables, built-in closets. It's gonna have, you know, a big entertainment station, with mini fridges on one end.
Yeah.
You know, nice big TVs, Wi-Fi throughout the hotel.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, they're big on, although you can't see it, they're big on technology.
Yeah.
So all of these things will have built in, the TVs will be smart TVs.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything will be coordinated.
Yeah, that's good. You want to see that corner over there?
Yeah, man, yeah. This one was a neat one with the ceiling and then.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a good, yeah, this is the room. This is the room I would rent.
Oh, yeah.
Now, these windows are rolled, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so those are coming out, yeah. But this is a good space. I mean, you can see right up, it's got water views and the exposed brick. All very cool. Yeah, you see the water, Clark's Cove right over there. Very nice.
Yes. Where possible, we will.
Yeah, the ceiling's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my
Over
favorite.
there, over there on that side of the room, a little up the bed and stuff.
It's neat.
It's like this.
So you're getting exposed to hazards to the HVAC systems. So some of this stuff just for the news.
Tell these guys, they want to hear it.
We're keeping the historic bare ceilings there. We'll refinish them. And here, because of the HVAC, it has to be enclosed for the noise factors and well, we need access to them. So we'll have to build access panels.
That is a nice front door. Yeah. Yeah. What do you have like for storage, right? So are there closets or is it just like a hutch or something like most of the rooms?
Jack, I don't know, is there
There will
any?
be a built-in closet. You'll be able to get an idea for when we head down to the mock-up room that we have on the second floor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, none up here, the built-in cell?
We don't have any up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah, we
great.
do have a couple of mock-up rooms on second floor.
Okay, yeah, we should take a look.
Yep.
Yeah,
I said I could go there.
good, okay. It's great. 62 rooms? No, 68 rooms.
68.
68 rooms, yep.
Possibly 70, we can go this way and go around. And you can see these rooms here. Somebody made not. Hi.
Hey, how are you? All right. Good to see you.
Same here.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good room. Yeah.
These are service panel rooms for hot water, electricity.
Is this where the ice machine's going, Arthur?
You know, it's kind of amazing. You see that these are hot water, how it heats it up so fast, you don't need these big tanks
I know.
anymore.
Yeah. That's all being miniaturized, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it makes for such a much more efficient use of space.
That's right.
It does certain things, as you're pointing out. The floor, the elevated doors, some of the fixtures that all lend themselves to the, a boutique appearance. It's
They'll
just,
also have lights that are period lights for the sconces, the wall sconces.
yeah, that's all important. Yep.
Yes, all those final finishing touches. We're gonna go this way for the room. Jack.
Oh, yeah.
This is the general idea of the rooms. Kind of our fake furniture to see the layout. This will be an open storage area, closet rack, cabinet above.
Yeah.
And this is one of the signature designs that they have, so above the bed, they give it the canopy image type.
Huh, okay. Yeah, no, that works.
Still not finalized yet, and that's why we have these things here, we just move them around and change them. Is this final?
No, most of the furnishings aren't, other than bed widths.
Yeah, just more.
Five-side tables.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Shower unit.
Yeah, you might take a
Really
peek
nice.
in there.
Oh, yeah, so that's pretty finished. Is there a light? No light. Figured I'd try anyway. Yeah, that's nice. The subway tile,
Yes.
it's pretty sharp. The drain's not hooked up either. Just, I can see down below, the floor
Actually,
below.
this room's gotta come down to some degree, right, Jack?
I'm sorry?
You gotta take out some
Oh,
of the
yeah,
stuff.
we'll be taking apart a lot of the stuff. This was more for, to get an idea of design company and client so they could see
Yeah.
what the final product would
Yeah.
look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, Mike. Yeah, look at that. 4 bricks across, times 2. Are these 2 separate buildings?
Right, at one time, there were 2 separate buildings.
Are
This
they?
is the void where they were connected.
Huh.
I guess there was a window here, right? Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When this got demolished, there was a big 9x9 window that had to be cut out. It was just, they just left it in between the buildings and went right over it.
Oh, wow. Jeez. It's quite an undertaking.
So you can see they started on the 5th floor and working their way down.
Yep.
In progress.
So you got some of the basics of 68 rooms. You're saying potentially a couple more, is that?
We have 2 rooms on the 2nd floor here that could be guest rooms or they could turn into conference rooms, making them larger for that fact that we will have larger tables in it and then we can convert it real quick.
Yeah,
So it's between 68 and 70. 70 if we just use it just as guest rooms.
okay. All right. And so we're thinking, so the opening we're shooting for is spring, right?
May 1st.
May 1st, yeah. Yeah, so that's coming up fast, it's
Real
6 months out.
fast,
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah, that's a little over 6 months out. What other data? I think you guys have most of the data, but the overall project cost is, what was it again, around 12? No.
Well, it's north of 10 million.
Yeah.
The final figures aren't in yet, but it should be well north of 10 million.
Yeah. All right. And what can you tell these guys about the restaurant?
Well, the restaurant's going to be under the contract of the hotel management company, Waterford Hotel Management. They own lots of hotels. They manage many hotels throughout the United States, and they determine what the menu will be and what kind of restaurant it is. This is still open. We're still taking suggestions, so nothing's been finalized on the type of menu. But I can assure you, being in Bedford, it will include seafood, number one. But
Right.
the thing is that we haven't really discussed with them in detail yet, and this is coming up as soon as they hire a general manager for the hotel. And the general manager, of course, the food and beverage people will come on board, and I guess at that time, it'll all come together.
You want to just tell them, just so they have a sense of it, so Waterford manages hotels all throughout the Northeast, right? They have
Correct.
the casino hotels, they have in Providence, right? They have the Biltmore, right?
Yes?
And a number, any others, those are the ones that come to mind for me.
In Amherst, Mass, the Lord Jeffrey, they manage some huge hotels, and it's just not in the Northeast, it's Louisiana and down in the South. It's very impressive when you go into their headquarters where they have color photos of all of their projects and all of what they own and what they manage. And
Yeah.
there's some huge Marriotts and Choice hotels. This is a Choice hotel, Ascend collection, so that we have these management reservation systems that you'll be able to call in under either Choice or Ascend and book a
So the sign out front's going to say what? What's it got?
It'll say Ascend collection,
Yeah.
but underneath it'll say Choice, a Choice hotel.
Yeah. Which I think those are brands that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah.
Ascend, they're both big national hotel flags. Yeah, no, I mean, anything else? I'll have a couple of comments, but I mean, is there any, in terms of just the data point? I've been through a lot here, but opening next spring.
Well, I think that's it. I've been immersed in this project so that it's all old to me, but it might be, if there's something I'm missing here that's obvious.
Yeah, you guys
tell
asked
me.
if there's any,
It's day to day for me.
these guys are not shy.
South Coast Improvement Company is the contractor here, and the general contractor, and they hired all the subs, did a fabulous job, on schedule, and they're doing a tremendous job. We have construction meetings every week, and very few questions. We do construction site visits all the time, and we have no problem with South Coast Improvement.
Why renovate a building in kind of the heart of downtown? It's older, it needs a lot of upgrades, instead of building something completely new.
Well, the cookie cutter concept is not for our company. We're a commercial real estate development company. And we also did the former Standard Times building in the same vein, that they went in there, they did a total rehabilitation. You're welcome to view that and see how it came out. We just don't do new cookie cutter items. We go into historic areas, we try to improve it, we leave it as the end project a little bit better than a lot better than what it was.
What's the capacity in terms of people? I know you said 68 to 70 rooms. How many people could that hold in terms of how many people per room or something like that?
Well, usually it's double, 2 people per room, double occupancy, but there are areas, and we mentioned it downstairs, storage, that we could bring in a cot for a child, or a couple of areas. There'll also be some areas that we will have open pass-through doors, so a family could rent and go through, so that they can have access. They don't have to go out in the car.
So will you have valet parking? Is there parking under the building? Or?
Yes, that's a good question. That we will have valet parking, because This company has also purchased a 72-space lot on South 6th Street, which is just a couple blocks away diagonally from this building. It won't turn out to be 72 because of the handicap parking spaces, so somewhere around there, between 65 and 70 spaces. And they'll be valeting back and forth there, both for long-term and short-term parking.
Let me just say, this is a terrific project. It really advances much of what we're trying to do in the downtown to raise so-called residential headcount, right? The more people that we have walking around downtown, the more people will spend money in shops and restaurants. That's a good thing. It will boost the tax base in the city. It'll add a number of jobs. How many jobs, how many employees are we thinking?
I think
How many?
the current is between 25 and 35 people.
All right, so it'll add jobs. It's added construction work for a locally based firm, South Coast. So that's a really big benefit as well. These guys have done some really terrific work right down the Union Street corridor. You've got, the Whale project, right, as well as Moby Dick, both of your projects, Jack, and those turned out to be great. This is going to be great. The other thing that I'd like about the project is that it, as Arthur was getting at, it does celebrate New Bedford's history. There's nothing cookie cutter about this. It's restoring something that existed before. It's bringing back to life a building that has an interesting history and accentuating it. That's pretty cool, it seems to me. So, and it's on track, it's on budget, and by next summer, people are going to be staying here, and that's going to bring a lot of life to this part of the downtown. We're trying to push development up into the West End. We want to see a downtown. Ultimately, we want to see a Union Street that is knitted together with the West End and knitted to the State Pier, to the Central Waterfront. That's the development goal. And so you're seeing all of this work out here on the streetscapes, both state and local money going into that, as well as all the development that you see up and down the corridor for that purpose, to connect up really the rest of the city all the way down the waterfront. Union Street is the downtown's main street in effect, and has been for 250 years, and that's so we really want to take full advantage of the opportunity to recreate something that existed for a long time.
I'm interested to see the catalog.
On a few occasions, the Pinnacle Group, which does a ton of work in hotel markets, and we're able to use.
Was how important was the success of Fairfield Inn? Right.
Hotel companies don't go into a new market unless they have some good market data. And so we've worked over the last couple of years with a consultant called the Pinnacle Group, which is a very well-established hotel market study firm. Ramon, go back there, right? So with Pinnacle, one of the things that Pinnacle did was, in studying the market, they looked obviously at the Fairfield Inn and said, that place is more or less full all the time. It's 87% occupancy rate the last time we checked, right? So 87% year-round is really full. That is, so in a lot of, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong about this, but what they look for are markets that have occupancy rates around 60%. That one over there is 87%, so it suggests that demand hasn't been met here. So, what we'd like to be doing is, once this is done and up and running, don't cover your ears, Arthur. We want to be building more hotels. So first in line. We're not trying to undercut you before you even set up shop. But the idea is, I think it's fair to say, with the growth of the introduction of the offshore wind industry here, and with the overall growth in the city, that there's still more demand for hotel space here. I think these guys are going to do fabulously well. I mean, it's what I think we've highlighted here today in this discussion is that this place is going to look great. It's going to be managed by real professionals, and it's in a really good spot. And I suspect that once it's open, it's going to be running really well. It's going to have a great restaurant, and it's going to be very well subscribed.
How close is downtown New Bedford to its heyday, when it was at its peak, maybe in the 50s or 40s or so? I mean, is this a step closer?
It's getting there, yeah. Something like this is a big deal. We've got a few other projects that are in various stages of development that we're trying to push along as well, not hotels, and those seem to be heading in the right direction. But yeah, you're definitely seeing a firming up of the market. And I think all the work that we've done around downtown placemaking and the improvements in infrastructure, like including the stuff right outside the door, matters an awful lot. And people, as well as around public safety, I mean, people feel much safer in downtown New Bedford now than they did 10 years ago, for sure.